Day 17, we are on the home stretch. Let's talk about self-doubt today and some things to get past it. Number one, we have to acknowledge the self-doubt, and it's okay. That's the first thing. Let's acknowledge the elephant in the room, so to speak. Self-doubt is normal. Like if you're a solopreneur and you haven't felt self-doubt, are you even human? I know I have. And it's completely normal. Self-doubt creeps in because we care about what we're doing. You care about what you're doing. That's not a bad thing. It just means that you want to do your best. And that's a good starting point. The key is to not let that doubt paralyze you. I've been there. You got to feel it, acknowledge it, and then decide it doesn't get to be the driver's seat. Because when it's the driver's seat, that's when it's a problem. Usually there's some type of pattern with self-doubt, so recognize the pattern. Here's something that really helps me. Recognizing when and why self-doubt shows up. Is it when you're trying something for the first time, when you're comparing yourself to others on Instagram, or maybe it's when things aren't going as fast as you hoped? For me, usually self-doubt comes in when things aren't going as fast as I'd hoped, right? My brain goes, well, why is this taking so long? Am I not committed enough? Will this ever happen? So here's what I like to do when I notice that pattern. I pause and I stop spiraling and I just acknowledge it. Okay, I'm doubting myself right now. And then I just ask myself a literal question like, is it true? Or is it just fear talking? I remind myself of my past wins and I just say, hey, remember that time when I thought I couldn't do X, Y, and Z and you crushed it? And that usually just nips it in the bud and I can get past it. A big contributor to self-doubt is when we compare ourselves to others. I call it the comparison trap, and it's real. You know what I mean. You're scrolling through social media, you're seeing everyone else's highlight reel and thinking, why am I not there yet, right? But here's the truth. We don't see the behind the scenes of anyone else's progress. We see only their wins, but not the struggles. There's few people that show that. So I decided I'm going to stop comparing myself to, my chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Whenever I catch myself doing that, I just remind myself their success doesn't take away from mine. It doesn't take away from yours. I'm on my own timeline and that is okay. What I see on social media is just a snapshot. It's not the full picture. So stay focused. I stay focused on my lane. I'm running my own race and no one else has the same path as we do. Number 4, the way to get past self-doubt sometimes is just taking action, moving. The thing about self-doubt is that it doesn't go away by just thinking about it. The best way is to silence it, and action silences it. Even a small step, it'll count. When we take action, we're proving to ourselves that we're capable. Maybe it's sending that email, posting that product, or pitching your idea. I like to break things down into tiny, manageable steps. For example, instead of thinking I need to launch my business, which is huge, it's overwhelming, I think today I'll research suppliers or I'll set up another page on my website. Or instead of worrying what if no one buys, I think let me just post it and see what happens. Small wins, they do add up. And every time we take some type of action, we're training our brain to believe in ourselves a little bit more. In all of this, it just helps to remind ourselves that self-doubt is normal, but it doesn't have to define us, and that we are capable, we're resilient, and we have what it takes to make this happen. You have what it takes to make it happen. So just remember those key things. Acknowledge the doubt. Don't compare ourselves. Take action when you're scared, even when you're scared, because you've already done the hard work. Part of showing up for our dreams, that's more than most people do. So give yourself some credit. Let me know in the comments what's one way you deal with self-doubt. And if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with someone that you think would be encouraged by it. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on the next one.